The Friday Happy Hour Show. Show number 1, July 12th, 2019.
Hello, and welcome to a show unlike any other. Your talk, your show. I'm Matt Fingal, and this is the Friday Happy Hour Show. On this episode,
I introduced myself because, well, I kind of have no choice. I mean, it's the first show. I mean, why not? We also talk about how big of a Muppets fan I am, because it's true, I am. We also talk about Sesame Street's 50th anniversary, and the fact that they have a new DVD coming out. Exciting. We also talk about why in the world Old Town Road is the number 1 for 14 weeks. Do you understand it? I don't understand it at all. We talk about Barbie's Darkest Secrets. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. That'll be interesting. We're also gonna talk about my dad and some of his stories. Yeah, this ought to be fun. I don't know what else to talk about. The rest is up to you. You figure it out, because it's your show too. It's the Friday Happy Hour Show, our very first show, and it starts right now. There we go. We're good. Apologies for the small delay. We're all good to go now. I get my little notebook here and I drag it over here and I sit down and I tell you hello. Welcome to the Friday Happy Hour Show. This is our first show. I'm really excited about this. Let me introduce myself first off. My name is Matt Bingle. Hello there. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, currently a college student studying business administration. What else? Not much. No. I also have a YouTube channel. Some of you may know. I also stream on Twitch occasionally. Incidentally, it's my first stream in a couple months. So, yeah, hopefully this will be a regular thing. I am also a huge Muppets fan, as some of you may very well know. I have a bunch of Muppet merchandise, and I'm gonna let you see some of it here. For those watching this later, you probably won't. Those are 6 Fraggle Rock Funko Pops over there. See? Red, Boober, Traveling Matt, Wembley, Moki, and then Gobo's all the way over there. You can't really see him. But my mom actually got me the Traveling Matt one for Christmas. I think it was 2017. And then the other ones came in like the weeks to come. So yeah. Yeah. That's right. Okay, good. I also got a bunch of stuff over here as well. Some weeklings here. There. Muppet Show Seasons 1, 2, 3. All the movies. So you can see right over there. And Bear in the Big Blue House DVD. I'll explain more about that later. Let's see. We also got some Muppet Island, Great Muppet Caper, Muppet Classic Theater, and the Muppet Babies Video Storybook from 1987. That's volume 3, by the way. And then there are just the Wii games back there. But there's also some that's not around here. I don't know where I put them, but I also have a Fraggle Rock Annual from 1983. I'm sure some of you have seen it on my Instagram. Let me switch back here. There we go. Some of you have seen it on my Instagram. There's also one piece of merchandise that I absolutely love. And let me show it to y'all real quickly. This is a book and record. That's right, this is a book and record. It is entitled Gobo Fraggle and the Poison Cackle. It was written by Jerry Joel, illustrated by Sue Venning. It was released in 1984. Get a close up on the side. There we go.
there. Gobo Fraggle and the Poison Cat Core. Yep, and the other one you just saw, Bear in the Big Blue House. I'm a big fan of Bear in the Big Blue House. That was a show I grew up with. I loved Bear in the Big Blue House. I guess I'll just place it here. That's just, ugh. Okay. I'll just place it there for now. It's fine. But yeah. Yeah, it's just me. I've been a fan of the Muppets for like 8 years now. And, how my Muppet fandom started was I went to Walt Disney World about 8 years ago, and we went to Disney's Hollywood Studios and saw, well, we being myself, my brother, my mom, my dad, and we all went to Disney's Hollywood Studios and saw Muppet Vision 3D, which is still there today. Yay. And I loved it. I fell in love. It was hilarious. It was fun. I loved it. But did I know that the Muppets were going to release a movie later that year? Oh yeah. Fine. Yep. So, I should point out right now, I have a celebrity crush on Miss Piggy. I do. God, I don't really have that much to talk about, because this is technically a pilot. But, this is going to be kind of a short one, honestly, since it is our first show. This is going to be kind of a short show today, on the show. Now I know, some of you are thinking, like, well, are you gonna have special guests? I will, but that's down the line. Okay, I'm just starting to get used to the show, like you are. So, yeah, this is gonna be a very short show today, considering it is our first show. Our max is 2 hours that will go, but that's not gonna happen, obviously. Maybe like an hour and a half. So, what was I going to talk about first off? Oh, yes, I was going to talk about the Nintendo Switch Lite. The big question is, do we really need it? I mean, there's already been a Nintendo Switch, came out like 2 years ago. It was one of the biggest hits of the year in the holidays the last couple years. And I know I'm like one of few that don't have a Switch. Let me switch over, no pun intended, and show you that I have a PS2 Slim, PS3 Slim. That's a Wii U back there, and an original Wii. Now, I used to have a PS1, PlayStation 1. I still have a bunch of PlayStation 1 games. I mean, I play them on my PS3 because, you know, backwards compatibility. Yay! And, whatnot. I honestly don't think we really need a Switch Lite. But that's just me. Because, you know, think of it as kind of like the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. Like, do we really need it? Nah. Nah, we don't. We don't really... I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the concept of it for people who don't have a Switch like me. And the fact that it's $100 cheaper is huge. Okay? It's like $200 compared to $300 for the Switch. The regular Switch. But I just don't think we really need it. I don't think we need... Like, we want it... But, like, I don't think it's really needed, you know? That's just me. I mean, you folks can commentate on this as well. What else was I going to talk about? I'm looking at my notes here. There was a man, this is big, a man got arrested, had a DUI, I think, no, it wasn't a DUI, I'm sorry. It was already in the week. A man got arrested, I forget where exactly, but a man got arrested. And the police found him from a fart. I kid you not. It's true. I'm sure you people have heard about this. When I first saw it, I'm just like, nah, it can't be. No, nobody would be stupid to do that. Well, somebody was stupid to do that. Yep. Thank God it wasn't out here. Honestly, because, well, somebody would. Honestly, no, just kidding. Sorry. But, let me talk about Sesame Street. There we go. Okay. Sesame Street. Okay, Sesame Street is 50 years old this year. That's insane, I know. 50 years. Oh god, I got a little grog thing there. Sorry. Just had to be paused earlier. Hold on. There we go. Here it's going now. I had some garlic earlier, and I guess I forgot to cut it out, but that's alright. It's fine. My teeth aren't black. It's fine. Anyway, Sesame Street's been doing this road trip thing lately over the last month or so, and they've gone to different cities: New York, Washington D.C. I was kind of bummed out I didn't go, but it kind of wasn't worth it, honestly. Chicago, Detroit. I think they're now in Kansas City, I think. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. To me, the road trip festival itself was kind of disappointing for fans like me, older fans, because there's like nothing for the older fans like me. I mean, this show's 50 years old. I mean, you gotta have some stuff in the past. I mean, sure, it can't be like a museum, although that would be pretty cool, like a Sesame Street museum. That would be pretty cool. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did it at the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, though. That's just me. But, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. You know, do like a Sesame Street museum of like old relics and whatnot, stuff from the show and, you know, whatnot. What I would have loved to see, though, was them do like a character meet and greet. Not the ones from like Sesame Street Live and Sesame Place. Although Sesame Place is a place I really want to go to. I admit. But I wish they had like meet and greets with some of the cast. You know, like Ernie and Abby Cadabby and whatnot. Definitely not Elmo, because let me tell you folks, Elmo would probably stretch 5 blocks in each city. That's how popular Elmo's been, especially over the last 25 years. I mean, with Tickle Me Elmo in 1996 and whatnot, you know. It is insane. Crazy. But that's beside the point. That would have been pretty cool, though. You know, they wouldn't have, like, the same ones. They'd probably, like, switch out and whatnot. You know, switch out for different ones at different cities and whatnot. Did anybody see the little tiny disc concert that Sesame Street did a couple weeks ago? I thought that was really cool. You know, I really do. I really do think that was really cool to do. Speaking of Sesame Street, they announced, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but Sesame Street is coming out with a 50th anniversary DVD on October the 1st. Yep, it is 5 hours of content. I think it's like 3 hours of great moments and 2 hours of street scenes, I think. I don't remember offhand what it was. I think that sounds about right. But, yeah. That is the Sesame Street 50th anniversary DVD. And then, of course, I believe they're going to be airing a special at the end of October, I think. I think that sounds about right. In mid-October. But yeah. Yep. What was that? I don't really have that much to talk about, you know? Because, again, this is only our first show. I don't really have very many topics to talk about. We could do, something. This is, like I said, this is going to be a very short show. This first one, because this is just like an introduction to get used to the show. Basically, this is the pilot. We'll start We'll begin to like ramp things up next week on the show. This is kind of like a short show, you know, just to allow me and you folks to get used to the show, because, you know, why not? God, what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah. Continuing on with my Muppet fandom, I have been a fan of Muppets for 8 years. I don't regret it. What did I have? Hold on. Let me go grab something. I had it with me earlier. Here it is. Right here. This is a DVD of Bear in the Big Blue House. One of my favorite shows growing up. I love Bear. I still do. A friend of mine actually sent me this, I think it was a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago, or something like that. But, yeah. Yep, Bear is one of my favorite shows growing up. I've listened to Bear on Playhouse Disney 2 and Playhouse Disney Imagine and Learn with music ever since I was like, I don't know, 5, I guess. And I've just become a big fan of Bear, you know? I honestly never really cared for Barney. I mean, I know we all grew up with Barney, and, you know, that's another thing I want to talk about. I forgot about that. Bob West, the original voice of Barney, is starting to go to conventions. I think he was in Miami last week. And I just think that's so cool that he's doing this. Let alone, if anybody's seen the Purple Tales podcast, which I highly recommend, Bob West still has the voice of Barney as if it was 1995, let me tell you. It is, like, spot on. Oh, yeah, did anybody see the little thing I had earlier when I was cleaning up? Here. It's my little panda bear. I've had this little guy for 7 years. He's a cute little panda. I got him at, I think it was, I don't know if it was the National Aquarium or something. I bought it myself. But, yeah. I've been buddies. Put him away. I'm over here for now. Yep, what was the other thing? Oh, yeah. I only got like 2 more topics. Again, like I said, this is going to be a short show today. Because it is our first show and we're still getting used to this show. It'll probably be a couple weeks before we're officially off the ground. But one thing I do want to talk about is Old Town Road. I mean, I will admit, I like the song. I haven't really heard it on the radio. Probably because I'm listening to the wrong stations, maybe. Could be. But, it's catchy. It's unique. I like it. And the fact that they have Billy Ray Cyrus in there making a return, that's pretty cool. But this song has been number 1 for 14 weeks. If this thing goes 3 more weeks at number 1, it is going to be the longest number 1 ever. Beating out One Sweet Day. Beating out Despacito. Thank God we beating out Despacito. I never really got into that song, honestly. One Sweet Day is a beautiful song. Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men, number 1 in late 1995 and early 1996. But this thing may break a record next 3 weeks. If it does, I will be very surprised. Because, don't get me wrong, it's catchy, but I'm just surprised it's been number 1 for this long. Trust me. What's this I got on my feed here? Christopher Waltz could reprise his role as Blofeld in Bond 25. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm sorry, I was just reading something that came down to my notifications on thing here. Not really something I want to talk about because it just came in. And I want to talk about my dad. I mean, he's not mean or anything, but he's just funny. And weird at the same time, you know, because he is also dirty. I don't want to say the stories right now. I'll save those for a couple of weeks. I got like 50 of them, about 50, I want to say 56 of them. 56, I guess you can call old dirty bingo stories. Like, I'm in like a group of friends and we all call him old dirty bingo. They do. I just call him my dad, so he's my dad. I do plan on releasing a book of those stories, by the way. They will definitely be released by the end of the year. I'm planning on releasing in September, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Probably not. But it will be out by the end of the year. I will do that now. But, anyway. What was I going to do now? Oh, yeah, last thing. One thing real quick that I'm probably going to call it. Family Feud premiere on this day in 1976. That's really all I have because I didn't write down any notes for why today doesn't suck. Just that alone. Let's see, tomorrow. That's the piece of door, don't worry about it. Tomorrow in 1984, The Muppets Take Manhattan was released. Great Muppet movie. Great movie. And I think that's it. Yeah, this was a short show, honestly, but I knew I wasn't going to go all 2 hours because, I got dinner and whatnot. So, obviously, this isn't going to go all 2 hours. But, this wasn't going to go all 2 hours. I figured today'd probably go less than an hour, honestly. But next week we'll probably go longer. Trust me. I think we're going to call it here. I know this was a very short show today, but it's the first show. First show jitters. I will admit I am nervous. We'll talk a lot more next week. Again, I do apologize. This was a very short show today. I'm not really used to doing this yet. It will take time. So, we're going to call it. See you next week.
Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the show? Email us at thefridayhappyhourshow@gmail.com. The Friday Happy Hour Show was created by Matt Bingle. Logo created by Matt Bingle. Alternate logo created by Alex Harris. The Friday Happy Hour Show is produced by Bingle Productions Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any unauthorized duplication, copying, editing, exhibition, and or broadcast of this program, or any part thereof without the consent or permission of Bingle Productions Incorporated, is strictly prohibited. The Friday Happy Hour Show, copyright 2019 by Bingle Productions Incorporated. All rights reserved.